Hello, all, and welcome to Cat Weekends. And we have a very special session today. And I'm very happy to introduce you to Shivam Bareja. He is a BCom graduate and he got 99.91 percentile or 99.9 percentile. What the exact number?
99.91.
99.91 percentile in the CAT. And he is converted IIM Calcutta. And it's I thought it'll be very important for all of us to know his journey. So I will uh, ask you this question, Shivam. Was it easy?
Sir, no, it wasn't. It wasn't that easy. The whole journey of 2.5 years has been a lot of enriching journey. It has made me a much better version of myself and made me realize a lot of things.
So when you said 2.5 years,
Yes, sir.
this is your second attempt.
Yes.
Tell me what happened first year.
In
First,
my first attempt, sir, I got 97.75 percentile. However, in VARC section, I got a percentile of 78.01. And hence, I lost in sectional cutoff for many colleges.
and what calls did you get, and what happened?
I got calls from those colleges which had sectional cutoff of 75. That is IIM Kozhikode, IIM Shillong. I also got calls from IIT Delhi and IIFT. Unfortunately, I could not convert any of them that time, which now
So
is a blessing in disguise.
yeah. So you did not take up any job the second time, right? So you did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So there are a lot of things I want to ask. Okay, so let me now make it a little structured. Okay, so uh, I want to start by asking in terms of uh, how your support system throughout the journey. So, what was it? Let's start with what was your friend saying when you wanted to aspire to such ABC and the top colleges? What was your friends telling you?
So my friends were supportive in this the whole journey. However, many times I used to hear that you are studying so much for this. They were always teasing me on this fact that I was preparing so hard for this CAT examination and for my interviews. However, the support was also there of my friends as well as of my family. Also, there was support of the teachers which were around me, like you, sir. So this was around the support I was getting.
Wonderful. So, take me through your preparation schedule. How did you prepare? And very confident that you will get the percentile that you got. Was very always confident when you started, or was it like? Tell me about that.
So during my first attempt, I was preparing, but I was not aiming for a very high score. I was aiming to get a good score at that point of time. I got 97. And during my second attempt, I had this in my mind that I have this capability to get a score of 99 or more. And that is why I also refused the job offer I had at that point of time and decided to take a drop. The fact that I had not taken a job was also a very difficult decision because throughout the time you also have to go on with an emotional turmoil with the fact that you don't have a plan B during the entire period. However, I was confident that I will be able to get a score of 99 percentile or more than that. And my preparation was always in that.
So what gave you the confidence? So where did that confidence come from?
So the fact that I felt I was good at one section, which is logical reasoning, I got 99.82 percentile in my first attempt. And I was confident on the fact that I can improve it. The main contention was VARC section. If I had a better score in my first attempt, I may have got a higher percentile in that time. The main problem which I feel I had done was I did not do much reading in VARC in my first attempt. I had the thought that I can nail it at that point of time, which I realized how wrong I was. In my second attempt, I had decided I will improve my VARC, and hence I had the thought that I can nail the entire CAT section.
So Shivam, I have heard this quite a lot of time that CAT is not for BCom graduates, for IITians. It's for NIT guys, and there is maths, and it's so tough. And forget about 99.9 percentile. Getting even 99 percentile, 95 percentile is going to be tough. And did you hear things like those?
So many times I heard this from my peers. I even heard that scoring a percentile of 99.8 or above is only possible if you are from a very high ranking college like from IITs or NITs. However, sir, in my opinion, CAT,
So sorry, which college are you from? Did you become?
I am from Shaheed Bhagat Singh College, Delhi
Okay,
University.
please, sorry, continue. Yeah.
So, sir, in my opinion, CAT is, I think, not very different from an eye of an engineer or a non-engineer. We might say that engineers have studied maths in different subjects, but as a non-engineer, in my course also there was a subject of maths. Also, the mathematics syllabus which we find is mainly of not a very complex mathematics syllabus, like it does not include calculus or trigonometry. So it is not that maths is a very difficult for a non-engineer. I think a non-engineer with ample practice can get better in quant also. I think all of the sections are similar, so I do not find a difference from an eye of an engineer or non-engineer.
So what you're telling me, Shivam, is that at the end of the day, it's an attitude and not give excuses.
Yes, sir. To be very frank, yes.
So are you of the opinion that if someone who is a non-engineer puts in effort, will get in or will do good?
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. If one person puts his efforts, if the person is perseverant enough to not give up, I am sure the person can get a good percentile.
So let's talk about your maths first.
Yes.
So what was it very good in maths always, or it's like you had to fight and hard for it? How was your math preparation?
Sir, in bits and pieces at the starting only, I was in bits and pieces good enough in maths. I had to prepare for many other topics like geometry and topics like PNC. I had to do more practice in those sections. I also had to give different mocks and analyzing them. And after all these things, I felt that maths was something which was achievable, a good score in mathematics.
So how many of the what is your schedule like? So in the sense, and what is the time that you do you focus on the concept? Did you focus on what tricks? So what was your focus?
Sir, in my opinion, I don't think a tricks can work in mathematics. Like at the point of you're doing the CAT exam, you have only 1 hour. At that point of time, I don't think one can remember all the tricks. Like in my first attempt, what happened was during the first 5-10 minutes, I was not able to solve even one question in quant. But then I started applying the concepts which I had prepared. I started using the options and I was able to solve different questions. In the second attempt, also, I had a major focus on the concept only. I had made a register where I wrote all the concepts which I have prepared, which I have learned from different sections. For example, time and speed and distance. There is a section of trains. People read about different formulas in those in the train section. However, if we are only having one formula in our mind, which is the normal formula of speed, time, and distance, I think all the questions are doable without remembering any formula. So
You're basically saying that you did not focus on mugging formulas or looking at tricks or looking at
yes,
things like those. What you actually focus on is actually learning the concepts. Huh.
yes, because I don't think tricks can work in long term. At the time of the exam, a person already has a pressure on himself. It is the third section. We have already done 2 sections before. So I don't think tricks can work at that point of time. At least for me, I don't think it could work, and it didn't work.
So what kind of the suggestion or advice that you can give to people who non-engineers especially who have the fear of maths or worry about maths, and what would be the suggestion that you have?
The first suggestion which I would like to give is that do not think that CAT is difficult for non-engineers. CAT is an exam which is for all the people, I would say. Don't have any preconceived notions that CAT will be very difficult. I can't do maths. Secondly, in quantitative aptitude, a person must focus on the concepts of different chapters. Like I had made a list of 25 chapters which were mainly to be prepared. So I used to do only the concept part of it. I made a register where I used to write the concepts. After using the concepts, one can solve the question. Also by using the options. Many times in CAT, we can eliminate one or two options. And by putting one or two options, one can get an answer. So that worked for me very much.
So one is you learn the concepts, and then you also solve questions so that you can apply different things. I think what you're telling me is that these are not tricks. These are things that you develop yourself to figure out ways
Yes,
to
sir.
maneuver and not think about some shortcuts from here and shortcut from there. What you're telling me is that you've kind of, I think it's more like jugaad. No, I think to me, Shivam, I don't know whether you agree with me. The difference between shortcut and jugaad is this. Actually math is shortcut. Addition is a shortcut of counting, and multiplication is a shortcut of addition. Pythagoras theorem is a shortcut, and
Yes, sir.
shortcut is given by someone else. Jugaad is from within. So,
Exactly, sir.
whatever is a concept, you have strong conceptual clarity,
Yes, sir.
and then you automatically figure out ways. So that is way in which I look at that, Shivam.
Yes, sir. After doing a lot of questions, when you are doing approximately almost 50 questions per day or 30, 40 questions per day, and after a quite of time, one gets comfortable with the concepts.
So in your first attempt, what percentile did you get in maths?
Sir, I got 96.41.
This is you prepared along with your college, right? That time.
Yes, sir. So that time, my college studies, I also have my society commitments. Also, I have to take care of my family. So at that point of time, this was my percentile.
And this time, how much have happened?
This time, sir, I've got 99.6 in quant.
What changed?
I think the fact that I applied the concepts more better and I was more serious with my preparation. During the second attempt, I think I went all in for my preparation. I made sure I do all the concepts which even I find tough, like geometry, which I felt it was very difficult for me. But after understanding the concepts, I was able to do.
There is attitude. Some people say that ये दो chapter छोड़ दो ये important नहीं है वो important नहीं है. तुमने ऐसा कुछ किया कि तुमने सब कुछ कर दिया?
No, sir. I did each and every question, sir. I would share one thing with you, sir. When I in my first attempt only, I was learning one concept, and the teacher told me that this concept is a concept which cannot be applied to different questions. It can apply only to the certain type of questions. So it was like not a very important concept. And the same concept question came in CAT 2020. I would say one thing that is not less important.
Yeah. One thing is that teacher knows nothing. All teachers, me included.
I would
I'm in the sense, jokes apart. I think at the end of the day, nobody can predict what the paper is.
Exactly, sir. Completely.
So long as your concept. So how long will it take? For example, a difficult chapter. How long does it take to build the concept? Let's take geometry and one chapter. Let's say circles. How long do you take? What is your routine? So what do you do first in terms of building the concept of that particular chapter?
Sir, it is little subjective to person to person. For a person like me who was little comfortable with maths, when I am doing a subject like chapter like geometry, I will read the concepts which are written in the book. I might even take help of the NCERT book for some better understanding, and then I would write down all the concepts which I've studied. Then the next day I would do all the questions. Questions were like in two exercises. So first day I do complete A exercise. Second day, I do complete B exercise.
Is it what level 1, level 2 kind of?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Without any time frame, giving myself complete time to do the question. I was like that I will be doing this A exercise this day at any cost.
Do you go back and visit the same question later? Do you do that? Did you do that?
So many times, sir. So in case I am not able to solve question, then it is the best thing to go back to the concept and read again. So I made a register where I used to write down all the concept chapter wise.
I really want to see the register of yours.
Sure, sir. I have that with me. Yes, sir.
How many pages is that register? How many book is that? What? 1 book, 2 book, 3 book?
So it is a big register. Almost the register was completed with all the concepts.
Charlotte. You said that you are good in DILR. Everybody dreads it. What happened there?
Sir, I just loved DILR section. Like I loved solving those puzzles. To be very honest, I was actually aiming for 100 percentile in DILR. Like in the mocks, I used to get a score of 70 plus in DILR. In my first attempt, 99.82 percentile I got in DILR. In the second attempt, I got a percentile of 99.79. Like DILR, it was something which I loved solving.
What? So are you saying that with starting say you were very good at it?
So somehow I was good at it. Like I like solving puzzles. So okay. I felt like I was enjoying this time. Like DLR was my favorite section completely.
So I think if there is a lesson for me and for all of us, is that the moment you like DLR, you start solving it. It stops being a pain. I remember when I was during my preparation time, 1996. Right, I enjoyed DI and the LR because it was fun doing it. I had a struggle with that, but it is fun. It's still fun doing the LR. So if for those of you who it's about having that frame of mind, saying that it's going to be fun. It's a game that you're playing. It's a logical game. Don't call it data interpretation or logic. It's a game that you're playing with the pieces and trying to figure out the missing pieces, some mystery that you're trying to solve. I think that would be the fun thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I also want to add one thing in this. One thing which I learned during this DLR practice, that a person should maintain his ego management also. Like
Acha.
happened with me in CAT 2020 was I was in the mind that I will be solving all the sets in DILR. I will be solving, I thought it will be 6 sets or 5 sets. There were 5 sets. When I started solving the first set, I was unable to solve that set, and it took me 6 7 minutes. I was unable to solve that set. And then at that point of time, I could have maintained doing that set only, but I left that set and I went to other set. And throughout the 40 minutes, I was able to solve 3 sets. When I came out, I was actually feeling sad. I felt that I may have not done good in DILR. And when the answer key came, I realized that I was not able to do the easiest set.
Uh,
So happens at that point of time that under the pressure it happens. So the best thing is not to get attached to any equation like ye to karke rahunga solve. It's okay to lose some battles, as you already told us before also. It is okay to lose some battles in order to win the main battle.
yeah.
Something I can.
Let's come to VA, and the VA was a problem. This was what, 74 percentile. How
78.
what happened with your VA? Why was VA a problem?
Sir, I will be very honest with you. I am not someone who used to read much. I was not into these things, and I felt at that point of time that I may can get good in. I may nail this section without reading much. That was my thinking at that point of time, which was very wrong. When when the CAT exam came, CAT was in 19. It was the first slot, and I was unable to solve those questions at that point of time. I even felt that I may not even get 70 percentile. However, when the result came, I realized that had I solved even one more question, I could have got more than 80 percentile and crossed the sectional cutoff. In my second attempt, what I did was, especially during 1 month before when I started my preparation, I did extensive form of reading. I made an Excel sheet where I used to put the link of the article I have read, also the time which I took to read the article and the number of words article it has. It already motivated me that this is how much I am reading. So after a month, I got into the habit of at least reading something.
So do
And by God grace, I got your course.
you have another Excel sheet register also now? I have a book register down this Excel sheet also now. This is what Excel sheet.
Sir, I have made an Excel sheet with many sheets. Like one sheet is for the complete box analysis, one is for the reading section, one is especially for VARC, like each and every passages in the mock, how many questions I got right, how many got wrong. Even for quant, I used to do that, but that in register only. So these things actually help a lot because it motivates you. Like when you see a good score, you get in your mind that next time I will make sure I get a better score than that.
So how many articles were like? So how many articles were you reading?
So in that Excel sheet, 250 articles I have complete.
When did you start this second year? In the second year?
So I started after my last rejection, around I think 4th or 5th June. I don't remember the exact date.
For June. So June is like now we are in almost in June.
Yes, sir. At that time, I started my preparation. So I was like, the first reading, which is the karunga mein, so that this thing should not happen, that I can't read passages. I read around 250 articles. I don't even remember when it get over. I think around 15 July or I don't remember the exact. I have to check that spreadsheet. But then by God grace, I found your course and then your course helped like anything. And then I got this and by your
By
blessing.
the look at, I didn't do anything for you. You seems like
No,
you're all
sir.
sorted. You're like slogging very hard. What? See, I'm saying that what? So what I'm hearing is this, Shivam, is that so long as we keep things very simple, that we start with concepts, right?
Yes, sir.
Whether if it's whether reading comprehension, I should read to comprehend. That
Yes, sir.
I think even if let's say you start in the month of June, you are at 74% then, right? Technically. So
78 years.
June, July, August, September, October, November. That's about 6 months time. You did move from a 74th percentile to what was the CAT?
98.7 in VRs.
98.7 in VRC, and that journey is because you did certain basics. So what was different from the first time to the second time in terms of your outlook towards the VRC section?
Towards VRs,
Yeah.
so in VRC, in my first attempt, I realized I was not much serious. I did not read much. I felt that I can nail it without reading also. It's about reading those 5 passages and I can get through it. But when you give that exam, then I realized how wrong I was because I was unable to get a score. And the fact that I lost by a one question, that made me feel that next time, anyhow, I will make sure I get it. That motivation was there with me throughout the time.
So basically, it's like in the first year you didn't give that much importance to VRC.
Yes.
Second year you started with the Excel sheet and things changed.
Yes, sir, completely.
And when
Also,
it
sir, your course helped like anything.
yeah, which which now I'm thinking all that I did was give you some direction to go.
No, sir, I would say that your suggestions were very useful for the entire preparation because I was now ready for reading. But the fact that I had to eliminate the options, the fact I had to completely comprehend it properly and being able to eliminate the wrong options, that is a skill I got from your lessons only.
So at the end of the day, I think that one of the things that most of us think about reading comprehension is we just worry about the passage, right?
Exactly, sir.
We have reading time is reading the passage plus solving the question number one plus question number two plus question number three plus question number four plus question number five, and we read the passage fast. What
Yes,
will you do with the
sir.
questions? So
Yes, sir. That is.
if you read the passage at the pace in which you read, if you understand the author, if you know certain things about how passage is structured, I'm sure that if that effort that you put in is fine,
Yes.
complemented with the fact that you actually did this preparation. So how many hours did you study for the first attempt overall for the CAT every day? What was it like?
During the first attempt, I had my college also, and I had my commitments to society and my college studies. So at that point of time, the amount of studies was not very high, and as I said, I was not much focusing on VARC and focusing on
No,
other.
I'm saying totally. What is 2 hours per day, 3 hours per day? What was it like?
Sir, around 3 to 4 hours. Like I don't remember exactly
Three
also.
to 4 hours per day. You're not focusing on studies. Shivam, तू क्या बोल रहा
But sir, I used to come home around 5 o'clock, like after my college was
Okay. You did get
not
97.
3 to 4 hours, not completely every day. Like it's
What I'm thinking is that you did get 97 percentile. You can't get 97 percentile without studying.
yeah, yes, sir, surely,
Ah.
sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
just that you left out one particular section, which is
yes,
no prejudice. No, you should not have any feelings towards anything. You just have to sit and study.
yes, sir.
Second year, you quit the job, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think that you said it was a tough decision. Do you think that if you had the job, you would have not made it, or it would have been fine? What is your
I still remember the day when I actually refused that job offer. Actually, I was really confused that day, and I was afraid that I might be taking a wrong decision. I remember calling all my friends that night and asking them whether I'm doing right or wrong. And many people were telling me that I might be doing a wrong decision also. But the fact my mother supported this decision, she was like that, yeah, I could leave that job and I could prepare for the CAT preparation. And that thing, I felt that I could do better. And after leaving the job throughout the preparation, I had this thought in my mind that maybe I've done a wrong decision, but I don't know whether it was wrong or not. Like right now, the whole preparation, I think it's a life only. What happened is happened.
yeah. So it's always a good decision. I think one of the things that someone should not be doing is that just assuming that. So when you leave a job, you're essentially assuming that the problem is I don't have time.
So that time,
I'm saying in general. I'm not saying I'm not talking about your decision in general. So if you can manage with the job, you should do it. And if it is absolutely impossible, and if you have other thing, then fine. I think that you're.
yes, sir. So it is a very subjective decision, to person to person. So yeah, for some people, it is completely fine if they can manage it. It's amazing thing.
So Shivam, did you have any challenges through any time in the journey of Fresh Cat? Was it anything that you want to share?
So challenges were always there throughout the preparation. There were times when I myself felt that I should give up. Like, however, I always thought that no, I can do it. I can do it. I would like to share one fact. In my undergraduation college, I lost the college which I wanted by 1 mark. So that is something which always hurted me. I'm really grateful to the place I went to. I'm really thankful to that place. Then when I was giving the CAT exam, by one question, I was not able to get an 80 percentile. So this thing I had that the third time, for sure, I will nail it. Like I had nothing in my mind apart from the fact that I will make sure I get this thing. So I think that thinking, that perspective also helped me throughout the time. And I had these challenges that I had to take care of different other things also in my life, which I felt I managed pretty well. So yes, that's it.
You, I remember you were telling me as well that you had difficult situation at home as well, as
Yes,
well.
sir. Yes, sir. So my father, he had some health issues, so he was hospitalized at different times. I remember one day in October 2019, he was admitted to the hospital, and after 1 month, my CAT exam was there. So I still remember he was in the hospital. I used to stay with him, and at the night, I used to study somehow about the CAT. So that time I remember, and I feel that was the biggest challenge throughout that time. Also, apart from the fact, after leaving the job, a person will surely get an emotional turmoil when you see all the people around you going for a job, your friends, and you are sitting at home. You get into under the fact that you don't have any plan B. That is something which really bugs you because it is a difficult decision at that point of time. Also, one more thing I would like to share. There was a time that around 15 to 20 marks I had given, and my scores were completely stagnant. They were not at all improving. Like the scores was 145 out of 300 or 160 out of 300, and I wanted to at least get into 180, which was not happening. I still remember, like after that one of that mock, I was talking to myself that Shivam, इससे ज़्यादा बुरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Nothing can go much bad than that. And same midnight, I got the message that cat pattern has been changed completely. So after that day, I have never ever said that word because things may get bad also. So the only thing I would say is one should be confident enough that they can nail it. One should have this self confidence that they can nail things, and hard work has no substitute.
Ah,
Like
yeah, so that's what I think your nutshell is: don't crib, just log.
yeah, sir. Like I was in the mind that third time I will not, I will surely get the place I want to get. So that was my motivation throughout.
Wonderful. And you're heading to IIM Calcutta. Hopefully, you've got other calls as well. You're waiting for. There are some schools that is very close to your heart, and
Hopefully, I will convert.
and then we'll have a discussion again on that.
Surely, sir.
So that dilemma is a different dilemma. We'll avoid that discussion here. Okay, but
Yes.
wonderful that you made it to IIM Calcutta. I'm very happy to be in your teacher. Mm.
So
And
I am also blessed to have a teacher like you. Like it wouldn't have been possible if you had not been guiding me throughout the time. So I really thank you to you. Like thank you so much for this.
yeah, wonderful. And thank you, everyone. There is Shivam. I hope that you have learned a lot of lesson from him and the kind of hard work that he put in would be a reminder to all of you that if you are thinking and thinking about excuses, thinking about what is happening to others, you have a story here of someone who worked really hard and made it to the school of his choice. Thank you all and goodbye. Now we were discussing now, and there is something that he wanted to share. So we are back again. Okay, so Shivam, what is that you want to share?
Sir, I want to share the fact that one poem which you used to share with us about Ithaka. After every session, you used to have that quote at the end. Keep your Ithaka always in mind, which motivated me like anything. Like that, Ithaka is something which will go on with me throughout my life. Like this is something throughout my life, it will go with me. And I will always be aiming for my Ithaka.
So those of you who want to know about Ithaca, CAT 2003 leaked paper. You have the poem there. Solve it. And this time I think that keep Ithaca always in your mind. And bye now.